Willie D Live.
Speaking of trusting law enforcement, J. Cole.
Ask me like, don't you think there's good cops?
Of course.
But this is the thing. I think there are good and great people who are cops.
Right.
But I think the term good cop
It's a conundrum.
It's an oxymoron.
Right.
Because the job ain't good.
The job ain't good.
The machine, they are a part of a machine that's not good. They are agents of a machine that are not good. Are there good people in those roles? Absolutely.
Right.
Great people who really thought they were joining to make a difference and make a change, but now find themselves currently fucking up people's days. And
Y'all catch that? So, according to J. Cole, there are good people, there are great people in those jobs, but the job itself is not good. The job itself is not good. I would liken that to perhaps even working at a prison. There are some good people who work at prisons. I know firsthand. But the job itself is not good. The job itself is not good. There are some good people who are doctors. There are some good people who are nurses. That's even a better example. But the job itself is not good. You can be a nurse and you go in, you got the best intentions. You want to help heal the world. You get in there, you go to school for X amount of years, you get your certification, you get your license, whatever it is that's required. And now you're working, you're living the dream. Next thing you know, what happens is you start to start seeing things that you're not supposed to see. You start seeing things that you didn't expect to see. You start witnessing malpractice. And you want to say something about it. So you say something about it to your superiors. And they go like, they sweep it under the rug, or they dismiss it. Now you're saying to yourself, that's wrong. That's not right. And then you realize that, I can make some noise about this. What should I do? So you talk to your people that you talk to your confidants. You talk to your spouse, you talk to your family, people that you trust, you talk to maybe another coworker. And ultimately you decide, you know what, let me just leave it alone. This is bigger than me. I ain't gonna be able to change this. This is how things are. And this is how that person is. And, I can't say, if I say something, I could lose my job. Next thing you know, you see it happening again. Then it happens again. Each time that it happens, you become just a little bit more insensitive to it happening. Or at the very least, you become a little bit more tolerant of it happening, at the very least. And next thing you know, it just happens. And now you realize it's so bad that, man, if you say something about this, you definitely gonna lose your job. Sometimes it's so scary you could lose your life, depending on what capacity you're working in, who you're giving up. It could get really bad for you. So you decide, what, let me just go to work, do the best I can. When I'm on the job at least, let me treat the patients right. When I'm on a job. And so people, a lot of times, they stand by saying, you know what, at least when I'm on the job, it ain't as bad. The patients will get good care when I'm working. That's what people think a lot of times. And because if they don't have some good people there at all, then it's all day, every day, you got monsters dealing with these monsters. So people just kind of like go along to get along. Police officers are the same way. I personally know some good dudes, and I know that they're under tremendous pressure being a police officer, because you're going to get people's talking about dirty cops ain't nothing and this and that. And you know, being a cop, you know that's not really you, but you know that is the culture of cops. You know that's the culture of law enforcement. And you're in that culture. You're part of that culture. And so you just got to take it on the chin. When people talk about cops and they speak it with a broad stroke, you got to just take it on the chin and say, yeah, well, they're not lying. I'm not like that. And it hurts when they say that, but it is what it is. So you have the situations where you have police officers going in, initially thinking that they're going to go in and save the world. They're going to go in and get the bad guys. And they realize that, shit, the bad guys got the uniforms on. The really, really bad guys are in uniform. Damn. They probably thought, okay, I know it. I know it's bad cops out here. I know it's, you know, people say it's a culture and da-da-da. But when you go to the academy, you're having fun, everything's good, everything look right, it looks good. Then you mess around and get signed to a department. And you go out there and sometimes you figure it out the first day. Like that training movie. What they call it, training, the training day. Like training day. You mess around on the first day, you get 30 years of being a cop in one day. And you be like, what the hell? They got them out there like that. They got road cops out there right now that's just like Denzel in Training Day. Just like Lonzo in Training Day. It's cops out there on the beat right now. They're drunk. They're high. They're doped up. They're woman beaters. They neglect their children. They're child abusers. They violate the citizens every chance they get. They're on the beat right now. They're out there driving around in those cars right now. They're pulling up to somebody's house right now to so-called de-escalate or step in on a domestic violence situation. They have no coping skills whatsoever. They're morally bankrupt, but they're injecting themselves in people's lives every day. So I absolutely agree with what J. Cole said. That, because like I said, if I didn't know any good cops, if I didn't know really good dudes, real good dudes as cops, if I didn't know them, I would say, yeah, it's all of them, all day, every day. And so when he makes that distinction that, yeah, the job itself, if you're that role, a good cops, the role itself, the job itself is bad. So ain't no good cops. The cop, ain't no good cops. There's some great people, some good people who are cops. Some people getting confused on that. But you'll catch it. You'll pick up what I'm putting down later. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Appreciate y'all joining the live tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, 2 p.m. Central. No more talk.